So, this is a simple expectation theory of interest rates problem. We first need to find the average annual inflation rate over all 7 years. We can do that by rearranging the above equation. But before we rearrange the equation, we need to find some missing quantities. So, we know R, the yield, is 6.8%. We know the risk-free rate, R star, is 2.2%, and the total of default and liquidity risk premiums, DRP plus RP, equals 0.9%. We must find MRP, the maturity risk premium, for the bond. Using the provided equation, this is 0.1% times t minus 1, where t is the time to maturity. So we have 0.1% times 7, the quantity of 7 minus 1, which equals 0.6%. We can now rearrange the above equation, and we find that IP equals R minus R star minus the quantity of DRP plus RP minus MRP. We can now solve for IP, the inflation risk premium, which is 6.8 minus 2.2 minus 0.9 minus 0.6 equals 3.1%. This is the inflation risk premium for the 7-year bond, which is equal to expected inflation over the entire 7-year life of the bond. So, we know that the expected inflation for 7 years is 3.1%, and we're told expected inflation for the last 3 years is 4%, 3%, and 2%, respectively. We need to find expected inflation for the first 4 years. So, to do that, we know that the expected inflation for the first 4 years is some quantity x, which we'll just assume is constant each year. So we have 4 times x plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 divided by 7 equals 3.1. That is to say, the average of inflation over all 7 years equals 3.1, as we found with our bond. So now we can just solve this equation. We multiply both sides by 3, and we get the second equation, 4 times x plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 equals 21.7. We do some subtraction, and we get 4 times x equals 12.7%. And finally, we find that x is equal to 3.175%.